connection. Come on now, stop playing with me, machine. What's up, brother? Salute, man. What is like over there, man? Florida, man. What y'all, huh? What's the weather like, man? What's the environment like, man? Everybody good? Spence and Thurman cool? They had a good birthday? Or are they on some kind of bug out type of joint right now? What kind of John they on? Anyway, salute to my brother Gil up here. He's very fortunate to get up in here, man, because I was like, you know what? Somebody don't show, I'm about to go. I'm trying to do a chill out show. Ain't nobody coming to chill. Yeah, hot. I'ma see the heat this weekend. I gotta go out to Linmore, more or less a desert. I think we're supposed to be inside. I don't know. We got to go inside for the passenger safety. All right. He said Spencer Thurman cool. They good. Spencer Thurman. Yeah. Spence still got that attitude, huh? Oh, Spence got that attitude. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to see some heat myself, man. I'm not getting nothing on these shows, man. I'm just running into I'm like running into garbage, man. It's just like it's just so many rumors of who's fighting. It's like, I mean, we've been going through this for how many years now? I mean, we've been going through this for enough years that it's time for us to get a break on all the fake news. It's just too much. It's just too much new media, man. Too much social media, too much new media, and just we can't get no truth out of this. Such and such fighting. I think the big money. I mean, a lot of people don't like this fight, but I think that's money. I think that's a big money fight between Crawford and Canelo. I think it's a good money fight. That's where all the money's at. There's no money. I mean, I think there's a lot of money in that fight. I think people are just panicking. Terence Crawford beats everybody. I mean, yes, he just does something real crazy. Yes, he goes up to if he goes up to cruiserweight or maybe even light heavyweight, he probably won't win, but he probably can win up to 68. Well, maybe. You never know. He might be able to win. It's just that those guys get too long up there. Like when you get up to 75 and cruiserweight, they just get too long. Even him being slick, I think that just the reach and stuff on these other fighters, they don't even have to be as good, but that reach. I think the reach. I'm not even really worried about the power because I don't think he's really going. I think those guys will not, because I've seen smaller guys fight bigger guys. I think those guys will not really. He's smart enough not to let him land. But sometimes he's brave enough to just, take somebody landing like, oh yeah, let me just taste it, to see what it's like. Let me taste the punch. I mean, he's not really a punch taster, but I mean, he might get himself too excited and taste a couple of punches. Anyway, Mbili, he won. I had him. Vianalio won, but with the KO, I know probably people didn't expect that one. Makadov, Iglesias won. TKO in the second round. And Bentley won. KO in the second round. But those are British fighters, so we don't really. A lot of those. Ohan lost again. The second time. And Mason got the TKO, and I guess most of these fights just didn't go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 fights that did not work out that well. And of course, we already talked about the Ortiz fight. I didn't want to go back over it again. Heard fights in a couple of days. I give him he's gonna get a TKO win, probably third round, something like that. Second, third round. I had to go back and recap. I had to go back and look. But at the best, It may have been a draw, but Ortiz, I don't think I would have gave you the W though. I don't think I would have gave him. Really, to be honest, I don't think I would have gave him the W. I mean, you guys can get mad or whatever you want to do, but I just don't think. I don't think I would give him the dub. Um, I would give him the re up. I mean, I give him that. I mean, we can re up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Going back at it. I mean, we can do that because we got a lot of uh, fighters that we need to see, re-ups that, or did we have needed to see a re-up, but we never got it. Like about at least 4 of Canelo's fights, we needed to see a rematch, but we never got it. Here's off top right here. I don't know what this is, but they got this thing where they call it high UV, ultraviolet rays when it comes to. That's crazy. Abdullah Mason making a lot of noise. Yeah. Him and they said that him and the Motown is gonna be the next greats. They're looking at those guys. So you guys that are already in boxing, you need to get your stuff together, man. Now I didn't really like Shakur as much, but I'm starting to feel a little guilty. Not really. I'm starting to feel a little bad for Shakur. Because nobody's going to want Shakur. Shakur didn't talk. He probably didn't talk himself out of like a great promotion. If he works for Eddie Hearns, he's not going to get paid the way he wants to get paid. I'm sorry. That's just a side note. I mean, maybe you are the best boxer or whatever, but you're just not going to get the money, man. Nobody's fighting over you to try to get you signed up, man. That's just sad, man. Nobody's trying to get you signed up, son. Ain't nobody. Oh yeah, this go get Shakur, man. You're not gonna get the money. Hurd versus Rosario this Wednesday night. Yeah. So I'm going with I'm just going with Hurd with Rosario can win. He can win if he's really not that chinny. But I think he's been exposed with that chin, so I think maybe he is a little chinny. So he'll probably get that chin cracked. He'll get that chin cracked and it'll be over with. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just suspecting that. I mean, no hate, no shade towards him. I liked him when he first started off because it seemed like he was gonna move a little bit. It's like, okay, he gonna make some noise up there. But he just took a couple of devastating losses. But I just felt like I'm like, okay, because who was that he beat? It wasn't Harrison. Who was it? Yeah, it was someone. Who did he flatline? The one you know who it is. I just can't think of. Out of New York. Yeah. He flatlined him, and it's like, okay, it looked like he might be able to do something. But a lot of times, see, like when we got these prospects coming up, when they first come out, we don't know because we don't see the test. We don't give the examination, so we don't know exactly what they're going to be able to do. We can always think, oh, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, but then again, like we don't really know. We're just kind of suspect that you're going to do well. Because we always think about chins and stuff like that, which I'm still not 100%. I'm not secure with Shakur's chin. I'm not secure with Shakur's chin. Not off the bat. I'm not just there yet. Because his movement, he gets out of the way of punches. Not really a great mover, but he can get out of the way of punches, but we got to see him get clipped. Just so we can see. A lot of these fighters, like I said, I want all you fighters to get knocked out, by the way. I'm the biggest fan of seeing each and every one of you get knocked out. Matter of fact, it would please me to see a double knockout like in 3 fights. within the next few months. That's straight up hate status, huh? It sounds like it is, but it's really not, fellas. It's really not. It's just that we need you to get out there and box. I said this a few years ago when we got that fight over in the desert. The devil's deception in the desert in December. And I said that don't be surprised if that area, that's Saudi Arabia, don't be surprised if somehow they get into and taking over boxing. I said don't be surprised. That was a few years ago. I was the only one mentioning it because this is grown folks chat in the first place. We like to talk about the technicalities about boxing, but there's other things. I don't get deeply into it, but I plant it in here so you can think about it. Just like, for instance, Gil, does anybody feel like a lot of these fighters are manipulating boxing by, especially when it comes to WBO, or are they hiding behind the rules a lot of times so that they don't have to fight? Or are they just giving up belts, like acting like they don't want a belt, they just dropping belts because they think that they may have to fight somebody? So just think about that. Are they using it? Are they milking the system? Are they using the system to their advantage rather than just not caring about a system like they did in the 80s and 70s and 60s and 50s and 40s and just fight everybody? So that's the question. We got to go with that. Let me see what Gil got. Oh, okay. Now I don't even prescribe to that, Gil, so I didn't see it. A lot of people talking about Haney sucker punching somebody. He probably is messing around or something like that. I doubt if he was even serious. If Haney hits somebody, I don't think it's serious. He's supposed to be a devout Muslim, right? I don't think he's serious. If he's hitting somebody, I don't think it's like real or something like that. I got Shakur beating Devin. Oh, Shakur? Are they fighting? You said Turkey ain't taking... I didn't say that Turkey himself was taking over boxing. That's not what I was saying. I said Saudi Arabia. You think he's the only one got money over there? Well, boxing damn sure is not on free TV no more, is it? Not very many. Everybody's taking over boxing. What are you talking about? Don't make me get on you, Gil. Everybody's taking over boxing. Now Amazon's taking over boxing now. You got everybody taking over boxing. Everybody. Everybody but Showtime and HBO. Everybody's taking over boxing. Shit, the post office can take over boxing. Anybody who want to decide to take over boxing can take over it. Oh, man, they worse than the NBA, man. Yeah, NBA used to be on what, CBS? Then went to TNT. Some is on pay-per-view or whatever, or pay channels. I mean, come on, man. It's nothing for these. Boxing ain't nothing to take over. Because it don't cost that much. All you gotta do is offer somebody a little bit more than what they, and guarantee them a little bit more than what they've been getting paid, and you know, all you need is you get a handful of fighters and everybody else start following suit. So easy to take over. It's such a prostitute type of a sport now. Gold digger. It's a gold digger sport. How much money you got on you? How much money you got, Gil? Yeah, we gonna roll with Gil. Gil's the face of boxing now. It's just like they gotta stop this, man. I don't know where boxing's gonna land. I don't know where boxing's gonna end up. But a lot of people feel like it was in good hands. The last time that I feel, in my estimation, that boxing was in good hands is when you had an announcer say that, and we have a new era in boxing. That's when boxing was in good hands. Boxing wasn't in good hands after that. And I'm sorry. During the MTM era, which is still going on for some reason, it's still in the lingering, still got vapors of it left. It wasn't like it wasn't great. Boxing has always been entertaining and good to watch, but it's not. It wasn't like a new era in boxing. It was a new development in boxing. It was a new status for boxing, like uh, show me the money. It was on that with Jerry Maguire type of thing, where show me the money. That's where boxing. That's where boxing was. It wasn't like boxing was somewhere that was a great place. Like, oh, this is a great place for boxing. No, it wasn't at a great place like that. But when it was a new era in boxing, you couldn't wait to watch boxing. If you're old enough, if you wasn't old enough, if you're not at least what, I don't know, if you're not in your 30s, well, later 30s, not like just 30, but if you're not in your later, well, you could have still enjoyed some of it. But if you're not in your later 30s or even 40 years old, then you probably wouldn't have seen it when it was a new era in boxing, and we have a new era in boxing. You probably weren't, if you weren't available to see that at that time, if you were not around during the Mike Tyson era, then I don't know. You probably never witnessed great boxing or exciting boxing, because it was so crazy that he was just turned into like a superstar, because his name and face was just everywhere, and everybody would mimic him. They couldn't do what he was doing, but they was like mimicking Mike Tyson. Don't mean put that Tyson on you. That Tyson is just, even the announcers, everybody would, even, you ever see a fighter that was, help calling the fight and announcing the fight, and just, they're wiping sweat off of their face after his fights. They're like, whew, wow, he just blew through this guy or whatever. It's just like, that was a new era in boxing. Now I don't know. I think because you guys are younger, you guys are 20s and stuff like that, that you guys think this is so exciting. This boxing and stuff is just, it's so much excitement now. It's like, I don't get. I'm not at the edge of my seat anymore. Ooh, I'm not. I'm just not at the edge of my seat. If you listen to the crowds, even over the weekend, when the last couple of weekends, if you listen to the crowd in the fights, like some of them, you got excited because, like this week, you had a bunch of knockouts this weekend. But before, I mean, most time the crowd is just so quiet. They're leaving to get refreshments and stuff. It's like, I know you guys are so happy. I know, Gil, boxing is still doing great. Yeah, you can say that, but yeah, I don't. You can't mean that. If you mean that, then you don't miss great fights. I mean, even during the MTM era, we had great fights in there. We had like great fights. Like, oh, this is a great fight. But the whole thing about boxing isn't, or shouldn't, every card, shouldn't we have a great fight every card? That card, the card that Terrence Crawford was on, people were saying how that was trash. I think it did good though, but a lot of people were saying that was a trash card. I mean, I don't know. People are just, some of them. I mean, you're just a diehard, so you're still in appreciation mode. You still appreciate what they do in boxing. But a lot of these other people, they're not like that. They just don't. I mean, they might be fanboys and fangirls, but they really, they want boxing to go a certain way. Like, if it don't go that way, then they're just like really upset with boxing. But to add to my point is, I'm not upset with boxing. I'm not mad at boxing. I'm just saying, where's boxing going, and where is this? So explain to me, what's our new era in boxing? Who's the fighter? And don't name one of the new guys that's just been around for a year or two. Don't name them. Who's the fighter right now that is a must-see TV fighter that you must see? I mean, you must see. That you'll be like really upset if you got to watch replays. Which fighter is that? And I'm not saying there's none. But what fighter that you just have to see? Like, some of the young guys, I can watch the replay because even though they're good, it's like, okay, you're good, but you still ain't there yet. You said casual boxing fans only care about the big names. I don't really care about the. It's for me. I just that's not what my question was right now. I don't care about. I never mentioned names, but who you got to see? Who is just so exciting right now that we got to see? I mean, for me, I would be a little bit a little bit, you know, taken back if I missed a Tank's fight or something like that. I like to see Tank's fights. They're not the most exciting, but they're pretty exciting. I'll be honest, I would rather watch Tank than Shakur. Boots, must see. I can miss a Boots fights. I would rather see a Tank fight. Anybody. Now Boots, for me, it's a pick 'em. He has to fight a certain fighter in order for me to be like, no, I got to see this fighter. He has to fight a certain fighter. There's some fights that he can have that I can, I don't care if I see it. But Tank, I don't care. It could be a janitor. I still want to see Tank because I know it's probably going to be something very devastating. Like the knockout, it's probably going to be so devastating. If Tank fights a bum, it's going to be a devastating knockout. If Boots fights a bum, it might not even be a knockout. It might just be, he might be one-sided, lopsided, but it might not even be a knockout. But if Tank fights somebody, let me see what you said. Would rather see a bum fight than Shakur. Wow. See, even see how Bruce came in here. Bruce Boxing has Jackson Moore. Salute, brother. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he came in and said I'd rather see. He said I'd rather see a bum fight than Shakur. God dang, I'm telling you, man. And Bruce, how many times have you been hearing that, man? There's a lot of people really disappointed. Hurd versus Rosario it is kind of a must-see TV type of fight. It really is, because we got to see. Yeah, because we do want to see. I do want to see what Hurd still got, and I want to see if Rosario if he belongs in boxing still. I need to see that fight also. That's right. So that's a true statement. And see, those ain't like huge names either. But that's probably gonna be a good fight. Probably gonna be a knockout. Either way, it's gonna be a knockout. Probably on either side. Bruce said, "I mean those bum fights." Yeah. But how many times are you hearing that, Bruce? I know you probably getting that in your live and your shows. You probably got people talking about Shakur, and I mean I don't like to pick on Shakur, but it's like I think he waited too long or whatever. So I don't know, and he's just freshly out of his contract. But it's like you did too much not to get picked up, man. I'm not saying nobody's gonna pick up Shakur, but I don't know. What do you think, Bruce? Who you think is going to pick up Shakur? Gil Cole say, Bruce. Bruce gas right back at Gil Cole. He said that Gil Cole, salute, brother. So who's going to pick him up, Gil? Who's more likely in your estimation to pick up Shakur? That's the question. That's a better question. Who's more likely to pick him up? Don't say nobody. Please don't say nobody. Don't be mean. Don't say nobody. I mean, I'd rather get a I don't know than nobody. Like, nah, ain't nobody picking his ass up. Because even I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go through that. I don't want to go through. Ain't nobody gonna pick him up. No, but somebody has to. Somebody has to come get him. I mean. We want the young man to be okay, don't we? Gil said match room. Let me ask you: do you think he's gonna get a great? You think he's gonna get a good deal? Shakur versus Zepeda is a must see. I don't care. Nah. I'm sorry. For me, I watch Shakur versus Haney. It'll just be interesting. Shakur versus Ryan Garcia. Shakur versus Tank. That's all. There's only so many fighters I want to see Shakur fight. I just don't. You know what? When I go and watch boxing, it's okay to have a chess match. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to have a chess match, but I don't want to go there and feel like I need a recliner to watch you fight. Believe me, Bruce understands what I say. That when it was the Tyson era, everybody watched boxing no matter what it was. Everybody's watching boxing. And we have a new era in boxing, quoted by a famous boxing announcer. We have a new era in boxing. So who's the new era in boxing today? Who is the new era? Or what is? Who, where? What is there? Is there a situation? Is there a group that is the new era in boxing? What is the new era in boxing? Everybody's floating from promoter to promoter all over the place. So what is the new era in boxing? We went from only in America to a new era in boxing. We went from the greatest of all time to only in America. There's a lot of things. We went from the great white dope and the great white hope over to the brown bomber, over to the greatest. There's only so many eras we've had in boxing that was like outstanding and great, because these eras only last from 10 to 15 years. 10 to 15 years, that's all these eras last. And some of this era is coming to an end, and we're about to start a new era. But what is the new era? What is the new era in boxing today? What is it? We just chilling today, man. We got a little relaxation. I was playing my drum for the most part for the first 10 minutes of my stream. I just played my drum because I just felt like it. I said, I'm gonna play my drum, man. Just relax, close my eyes, play my drum, relax. Because I don't smoke, so I play my drum. It'd be nicer if I even smoked, I think. Well, not necessarily, but I'm just saying I can see somebody really chilling if they smoking. Yeah. Chilling, smoking, listening to. Somebody give me what's the next new era in boxing. Somebody give it to me. I hope some of these new guys, I hope they're right where they should be at though. I really do hope that. I hope they're good. I mean, I got something going on. I hope they're with like the Motons and stuff. I hope they're where they should be, like far as their talent. I don't want to see nobody get clipped, but I want all the older fighters. If you've been fighting for 3, 4, 5 years, I want you to get knocked out. All of you, every last one of you. I need to see you on the canvas. All of you, Taz Crawford, Bevo, all of you. I need to see all of y'all knocked the hell out. It'll make me feel better about boxing once I see you get knocked out. But maybe we can get some fights. Shakur, especially Shakur. I need to see Shakur just get knocked out. So either he gonna start fighting and say, forget it, I'm gonna fight, or he's gonna just, be out of boxing. That's what I need to see. Looks like it's about to get loud out there. I don't know, this guy looks like he's moving. And I don't have, this ain't no studio. I don't know. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud, but yeah, it might get loud out there. Yep. Yeah, we're going to see what those fights, how'd you guys do on the picking of the fights for the weekend? You guys pick all the winners. I think I had like, I did more than 50%. I did like at least 70. Let me go back and check. I gotta check him out. Yeah, M. Bealey had him. Villanello, I think I might have had him. Yeah. Iglesias, Agbeco, Iglesias. I'm not really sure about that one. And Bentley and Osage. I think I might have had Bentley on that. Ohan and Mason. Yeah, Mason. Ortiz Jr. Ballhood shot. Probably had Ortiz. I don't feel good about that win. Yeah, I don't feel good about that as I did, because when I keep going over the fight, it's just like, nah. I think you might not have. I think you might not have got that one. But anyway, we'll get back at it. So hopefully Wednesday I'll be back. Friday probably not. Or just maybe or maybe not, because I have to really, I got to be prepared to get out of town. So that's what's going to be up on that at that time. So anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. EagleswebbBoxing, man. This is Monday. We right back at it, man. We try to have an easy peasy day, but we missed a few people. Anyway, peace, prosperity, positivity, and power to all the people out there, man. Y'all know what it is. I'm going to catch y'all.